As I'm growing older, I'm starting to realize the things I used to worry about as a kid are trivial compared to the things I worry about now. Now that I'm an adult, the things making me anxious are things like car insurance and healthcare. But when I was a kid, the world seemed to be a hell of a lot more dangerous than it turned out to be. When I was growing up, I watched way too much anime and way too many cartoons. I had a healthy balance between Tom and Jerry and Naruto. So I figured my future would have a lot more flaming ninja stars and falling anvils to deal with, rather than the copious amounts of money I spend on food, and wondering if a group of preteens finds me cool when they see me, a 20-something-year-old, skating past them in the park. Because when I was a kid, it didn't matter who you were or how old you are. If I saw you skating past me, I'd immediately think, that guy's so cool. I remember when I was a kid, I was terrified of growing up and not knowing Morse code. For those of you who don't know, Morse code is method of transmitting text information. Okay. But cartoons and television made Morse code out to be the #1 way to getting saved on a deserted island or lost in the woods. Every sailor and pilot is supposed to know Morse code immediately when they see it and swing by to rescue you, according to cartoons at least. Never once in my adult life have I heard of anyone ever using Morse code to get through their day. Or algebra. I've still never used algebra after graduating. Speaking of which, I thought getting stuck on a deserted island was way more common than it turned out to be. I used to think of ways to survive on an island, such as learning how to make fires and practice throwing spears to catch fish. I mean, in our day and age, I don't even think deserted unknown islands exist anymore. Don't we have satellites taking perverted-ass pictures of Earth from every angle at all times? Creepy-ass satellites. Quicksand. Never seen it. Giant anvils and or pianos falling on my head? Not even once. Dynamite and giant barrels labeled TNT? Nuh-uh. Giant wolves dressed as my grandmother? Not sure about that one. It's like the older I get, the more I'm just becoming aware of all the lies I was fed as a child. For instance, whenever I go to sleep, I have to make sure my feet are tucked under the blanket. Why? Because when I was a child, my dad told me, if you don't cover your feet, the devil will tickle your toes at night. Now, that's some mentally scarring shit to say to a 5-year-old, but damn did it work effectively. My feet were covered from then on. And I was also too scared to ever look that direction when I slept, just in case the devil stopped by to check on my toes. Damn, foiled again. Don't you have anything better to do? Nuh-uh. To this day, I still cover my toes when I sleep. Not for the devil tickling toes thing anymore, but the darkness is still a terrifying thing to me, possibly due to my horror movie addiction. And also my hyperactive imagination just starts putting together the most terrifying things I can think of whenever I stare at dark streets or shadowy bedroom corners. All in all, I'm quite happy that adulthood turned out the way it did. I don't have to constantly keep my eyes open for falling anvils, and I can walk around without the fear of quicksand or TNT barrels sneaking up on me. Granted, I'll still feel like a kid for a couple more years. I don't really know when to stop thinking I'm a kid. But now, the only thing I have to worry about is the crumbling economy and politicians making it harder for me to pay hospital bills. Oh...